for another tactic. So, without further ado, I will introduce the player once again. So, currently spawning in the bottom right corner, we have the red Zerg player who currently won the last map. It is Acer Nerchio. And his opponent, currently up 1 point from Nerchio, it is Dignitas Tefel. Man. Alright, let's check out the build order once again.
Yeah.
Who's going aggressive this time?
Who's going to temple?
Yeah, who's going to temple? Who's going to go aggressive? We're at the temple mark, and no, there's no player stockpiling cash yet, so we're not going to see anything funky. So we're clear of that zone, moving along to the next zone, which is the 14-15 drone count. See if the player go for pool or hatchery, and we'll see that in a second.
You see, interestingly, both of these players have guessed wrong with their overlords, so they are going to be in the dark for quite some time. Fortunately for both of them, neither of their opponents is going for anything crazy, because otherwise you could definitely catch them off guard. We do see Tefel going for that spawning pool first, while the hatchery first will be for Nerchio.
Alright. And it's interesting to see, because the last time that Tefel went for this build, he was super aggressive.
That is true.
So I wonder if we're going to do like that again, or we're going to see a longer game. So we have seen everything right now from, not Swarm Host, but okay. We have seen everything from Roach attack to Zergling attack to Baneling Rush to Infestor Hydra Roach. So the question is, what are we going to see this time?
I'm not going to say one thing we haven't seen, but the other thing we haven't seen is Nidus Queen. That's what I'm hoping for.
Oh man, that was so cool. That would be that would be hard to pull off, but yeah, that would be super cool.
I've seen it happen, man. I've actually seen without the Nidus. You just walk your queens across the map. They're pretty good at it. 4-queen timing attack with roaches.
All right, with roach. I thought it was just 4 queens across the map. Like, yeah, I don't think that will work.
No. Well, I saw it actually work really well one time. Well, just 4 queens. Yeah, that'd be hard. Maybe if you hack the game. What if your first 6 units are just queens? And
thank you to the chat. Yes, Kolst is a real person, whereas I is just a cardboard caster. I am an AI. I don't have a real face. But probably someday you will see my ugly face moving on screen, and that will be a day of joy for everyone.
You see both these players are going for gas now. Nerchio did get the slightly early gas. Both players still mining their gas, so they're going to be able to produce a lot of banelings. We might see a similar game to the last one.
I was thinking about the last game. If Tefel actually had let his Roach Warren finish, he would have actually hold that. But as he cancelled it, he actually delayed his roaches by a good 10-15 seconds. And that was enough for Nerchio to actually exploit that mistake. So that was a really huge screw up by Tefel, and actually recreated it once again once the drone scout was gone. So, but that's how it goes. Still, we're gonna see a lair from Tefel, so he's not gonna go for the early game. He's going directly, and the same thing happens back in Team Nerchio's base. So both players are going for lair.
Yeah. We're gonna see. We could potentially see Mutas versus Mutas. This is a great map for Mutas because it's so big, and the bigger the map, the nicer it is to be able to take control of that map with those Mutas. And of course, we would say Tefel has the slightly better, or slightly worse actually, positions for Mutas because there's so much surface area in the front he has to defend, where Nerchio only has to defend his natural base. The Mutas would have to go all the way around to potentially do harassment.
And it's all going to come down to the gas and the third hatchery. If both players are going for mutas, it's all about the gas. Gas. And we have all the gas geysers fully saturated right now. The spire has been started by Tefel. Oh, it's going to be a bit of a too early detonation there by Nerchio, but it's actually going to get almost. It's
So close.
1 by 1.
And we do see both these players are indeed going for that spire. Tefel, actually Nerchio, I think, getting the slightly better engagement there. Well, it's about even.
And both players actually have started the bases right now. The banelings for Tefel is actually going directly for trying to counterattack the banelings that Nerchio sent out, but it's not going to be enough. I don't think he's going to get the cancel on this, but because it's too many... Oh, it's just one baneling now fighting it off. See if he can actually hold this.
Yeah, Tefel does actually... His third base is killed actually by Nerchio.
Oh.
Those link.
That was a great win there by Nerchio picking that up. A console is okay, but just losing all those resources. Wow. And, well, I'm guessing that Tefel just has one thing to do. He's desperate now to do the same thing to the third base of Nerchio, but at the same time, there's Zerglings inside the natural of Tefel, doing quite a lot of damage.
Yep, Mutalist production is beginning for both of these players. Pressure keep going on. Yeah, I'm actually getting lag too.
Strange.
Yeah, so I guess we're going to take a slight break. That might just be a BattleNet hiccup because we were all getting it. Or were you getting it? I just noticed it for just a second. So Tefel paused it immediately. Looks like should be good, so they're going to try to resume the game. It's a very critical moment, so it's important to pause the game.
Yes, indeed. And BattleNet has some failures. Sure, we know about that. But alright, so counterattack is in full effect here right now from Tefel, but there are defenses. I don't think we'll be able to get this hatchery down, but it's so low on health, but gets an inject, so it'll be fine for now.
Yeah, Tefel even invests a baneling or two straight into the hatchery to try to kill it, but he wasn't able to do so, so now he's just going to, I guess, go all out aggression because his third base will be so much later than Nerchio's.
Yep, he hasn't even started at third base, whereas the basin is mining gas now. Nerchio is mining gas and everything, so a good Muta engagement here by both players. Mutas are just falling for both sides. It's really even. And there's a GG from Tefel. He knows that he was really behind and lost that base, so it was actually nothing he could do about it.